candidate, speaking of policing, Metro Police Chief Steve Anderson has faced criticism in recent years with the African American community in particular for his handling of two high-profile officer-involved shootings. Do you support Chief Anderson, and if elected, would you keep him in his current position? Mayor Briley.
Policing is obviously an area of concern across the country, and we are making changes across the country in terms of how we're policing. And we're well along the way in terms of getting body cams deployed across the city. We've selected a contractor, and they're being deployed even now as we speak. They're out there. We are working to get them deployed. As I said before, moving towards more of a neighborhood policing is the way we ought to go. We actually have seen the number of car stops, drop pretty radically by almost 50% between 2012 and 2017, moving away from that stop-intensive way of policing. I don't agree with 100% of everything Chief Anderson has done, but I support him.
Representative Clemens.
973 days have passed since the Driving While Black study was released, providing clear data that action should have been taken since that time. Unfortunately, since that time, we've had a failure of leadership in Metro government. We have not seen a culture change in our police department, and we have not seen any implementation of body cameras. Unlike Mayor Briley and Councilman Cooper, I supported the Community Oversight Board from the beginning. Unlike Mayor Briley, no one is guaranteed a job in my administration. Upon taking office as your mayor, I will sit down and evaluate and discuss the issues facing Nashville and do what is necessary to restore the trust between our community and the police department. Because their job is to protect and serve, but the community needs to feel protected and served.
Dr. Swain.
As mayor, public safety would be my number one priority. Over the past few weeks, I've traveled around to the 8 precincts, police precincts, visiting their roll calls where the officers change shifts, talking with officers. And one of the things, and there are 3 shifts, one of the things I've learned is that there's poor morale, there are severe shortages of law enforcement officers, and there's a need for new leadership. And so I would not only ask for Chief Anderson's resignation, but I would set up a committee that had representation from the police department, from the community. I would sit on it. One of my degrees is in criminal justice, and we would select a new police chief. I think we can do better, and so it's not just about what happened with the shootings and Chief Anderson. He has lost the respect of many of his men, and he's been chief long enough, and we need change.
Councilman Cooper.
Well, this discussion is about who should be mayor, not about who should be police chief. It's about who's going to appoint this chief and the next chief and how you're going to create a police force that is as diverse as the community. Now, the police force, let's just say it's in trouble. A lot of people have left. There's been up to 130 vacancies, almost 10% of the force. It's $75,000 to retrain a replacement for that. And in the meantime, from 2014 to 2018, the murder rate doubled in Nashville. So it is a matter that we have to make priority number one as public safety. We want to go to all these other goals, but you have to have safety first from that. And we are going to have a new era in our relationship between the community and police. Part of that is losing quotas and getting back to community policing and having a force that is integrated beautifully within the community.